How's it feel to have number 8 back in the huddle?
Great. He's a true professional. He's the leader of our team, and it's fun to have him out there and watch him throw the ball around to those guys and coach them up. He does a great job taking care of his body. That's something that he works on a lot, and you see it going out there and executing today.
What did you like about Corley in the draft?
Run after the catch. I think we can all agree to that. It's a special trait that he has. We got to find a way to get the ball in his hands. There's a lot of change right now. It's the very, very beginning, just 2 days into it, and we're getting to know all the guys. We've got a lot of veteran presence, and we just got to kind of figure out all the things that they do well and continue to do that.
Adding a guy like Tyrod Smith is kind of what that does for your offense.
From a leadership role, experience role, I mean, the guy's played a lot of football. He's done a really, really fine job throughout his whole career, and it's great to have a veteran on that left side right now. You always want continuity. I mean, it's across the board on all offense. I think you look as the season goes on, the healthiest teams are usually hitting their stride and doing very well. So, but you have to always plan for that. So the more that we can mix and match them just for those instances is very important. But at the same time, the longer you can keep the front five going together, it's always going to build a strong bond.
What did you know about Tyrod Taylor before he came here, and what have you learned about him in a brief time you've had him?
I mean, he's a true pro. I mean, he's been great. We brought him in and asked him to do some different things, and I think that he has been spectacular in learning them and jumping full bore into it to try to learn some of those things, and he's embraced it. I remember his first playoff game. I was my first playoff game as a coordinator back in 2017, so known him for a long time and always respected his game. I think every year you learn so much. Every single year you learn so many different things. We have to continually always be ready for a lot of changes. I think that was one of the biggest things last year was we faced a lot of change. And I look back at it, and it was a great opportunity for a lot of guys to get some valuable experience to create more depth for this year. So I think those were a lot of good things.
It's not hard to prepare for change. It's unexpected. Your hope is you're going to have the same 11 guys all season.
You have to look at it and say change is the norm. You have to treat that as the normal, and if you get the same 11 out there the whole year, that's not normal.
How is Alan Lazard holding up? It's been kind of a rough ride for him since he got here.
He's doing a good job. He has come and he's been around quite a bit. He's a great teacher in the classroom with those guys on the things that we want to accomplish, and he's up to this point done a really good job and been able to run some very good routes. Had a couple good ones yesterday, and we just got to keep building on that.
What's the next step for Garrett?
Get a nice rapport with number 8, and he had an awesome catch today, and we just want to get those guys on the same page.
Gibson and Brownlee were two guys that got, I think, more experience last year than maybe you originally anticipated when they arrived. How much did that benefit them this year, and how much have you seen them grow and change this year from last year?
Oh, it's incredible. I mean, you can't replace any opportunity to get actual game time, especially as a young player. X helped us out early. Brownlee came in a little bit later, but I think those are all things we can grow on because we can watch the tape and we can help detail those things up. It's everything that we have. We go from year one when you're teaching a system and they just are trying to figure out where to line up and what route they have, to now the details and communication and talking on how to get open and how to work those different concepts. So I think those are very important for those two guys.
What a healthy Mike Williams. What can he do for Aaron?
Mike's been a very good football player for a long time. He's another guy that we brought in that's got great leadership and a guy that's got a lot of experience. And his vertical threat, his 50-50 ball, those things he's always been very, very good at, and we hope to take advantage of that.
Coach, obviously some potential decisions in the offseason that were being mulled about and then eventually not made. What of any insight do you have into that, and what is your mindset coming into the season with the decisions that were made?
I think it's business as usual. I look at the whole offseason. I was involved in every single conversation, and it was great. And I think having Robert around, being able to work with him has been very good for our offense.
Do you feel like Robert still has full confidence in you?
Yes.
Was he involved more in the offense?
He's just been around a bunch, and it's great when you have that defensive perspective in there to kind of tell you some more extra rules, ways that you can attack. So we spice some things up versus our defense and kind of test them out. So it's fun.
When you say you were involved in all those conversations, Nate, I just want to make clear there's been various reports of what those were, like the people that are talking to. clearly thought
This is what I would tell you. I don't know what those reports are, and I don't know where those sources came from. I know what happened with us, and it was great. We had a lot of conversations, got to talk with a lot of different people, and it's that simple. It's already been addressed.
But you talked to guys that were basically interviewing for a job here. Right?
We had a lot of changes, so we were talking to a lot of people.